Get deep. Get deep. Right? Everything that you just wrote down and said, yo, I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for the Shirleys. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for expansion. I'm grateful. All of that was a seed, right? All of that was a seed. Literally. All of that stuff was a seed. Now, check what's going on. What happens if you could drop in the chat? What does a seed need to do to live? What does it need to do? If you guys could drop it in the chat, what does a seed need to do to live? Right? What does a seed need to do to live? Needs to be watered, needs to grow, needs to be watered, needs to be buried in dirt, needs to be watered, needs to be buried in dirt. What else? Needs to grow. All right, I'm going somewhere with this thing. Needs light. I'm going somewhere with this thing tonight. I'm going somewhere with this thing tonight. Needs to be taken care of. Needs to be taken care of. What have I told you? You are a seed. And all the problems that you're going through right now is the dirt. What have I told you? You a seed, you right now. And maybe you didn't bury it enough. So guess what? It got redug up and you got to get buried the correct way. But what if we switched up the words, right? Because everything is words, right? Words create. What if we switched up the word buried? And what if we said, you know what? We're not going to bury it. We're going to plant the seed. We're going to plant it. We're going to plant the seed. Because that's the difference between the seed going inside the dirt is what it's being called. The difference between the seed going into the dirt is what it's being called. What are you called to do? What are you called to do? Are you being buried? Are you just accepting that? Or are you saying, you know what? I'm planted, ready to grow. Come water me. Give me some sunlight. Get me in the right soil. Because some of us, we were growing, but guess what? We weren't on the pace to growing at the level that we wanted to grow at. So what happened was you entered a community, right? You entered a community, and what happened is you started to grow. You got the sunlight, you got the personal development, you got the watering, you got the attention, the nourishment. You got on certain trainings, you got on certain things that was exposing you so you can grow. The stem started to grow. You started to sprout a little bit. You started to get your head out of the dirt, because the dirt is the thing. The dirt is the thing that covers the seed, guys, and you already know. You already know. That's the trials and tribulations. Guess what? It's going to be strong. Some of these plants didn't even get buried, right? Or they didn't even get planted the way they wanted to get planted. It just fell off a tree and it somehow went in, and guess what? Just the dirt alone covered it, but it wasn't just buried, it was planted. But guess what? Now you have strong winds. You have certain things that's going on, right? You have so many things that's going on, but like, how can that seed sustain? Only a few, not all seeds is going to grow, only a few. That's why a farmer is spreading out seeds. Guys, I didn't even get into the training. That was not the route that I wanted to go. But because y'all started dropping the gratefulnesses in the chat, I started letting you guys know the words that you just dropped in the chat. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for expansion. Those things, I promise you, those are seeds, and I promise you people are going to see, right? And they're going to start to understand all the affirmations that you dropped in the chat, all the things that you dropped in the chat. Months down later, there's going to be a harvest that take place because you went ahead and planted that seed of gratefulness, what I was grateful for, what it is that I was looking to go ahead and get done. What are you grateful for in the future? What are you grateful for in the future? A lot of times I've been spending a lot of time saying, what am I grateful for in advance so God can advance me? Over and over and over. Over and over and over. And now 2022 is feeling like 2019 to me, before 2020, before that acceleration took place in my life, before the gas pedal was stepped on and my life completely took a different change. My life changed a couple times during this business. During entrepreneurship, my life changed a couple of different times, right? It changed first when I got introduced, right? I started to grow. I was in the dirt. But guess what? I kept showing up to get watered. I kept showing up to get watered. I kept showing up to get watered. Then I went to an event, and the event started to shine light on what I actually wanted to see, and now the vision came to be. Then the vision started because I made my first decision at the event. So now that I made my decision at the event, I started to grow even more. You started to see, you know, my business partners, right? My uplines, right? The people who brought me into this space, you started to see them be a little bit more proud of me. You started some to really take care of me, nourish me. They had to remove me from the other plants, and they had to put me in my own pottery pot, because it was something special about me. For some reason, this plant keeps cooperating. For some reason, the plant, the wings, the stem, something about the stem is growing a little bit longer than the others. And I kept showing up, guys. I kept showing up. And guys, at some point, I'm telling you, you're going to continue to keep growing in this thing. And you notice how you can plant 3 different seeds, but one is growing faster and taller than the others. What makes the difference? It's the nourishment. It's the personal development. It's the exposure. It's not because one got planted first. Oh, I can tell you this. We could plant 4 seeds in the dirt. We could plant one on Monday. We could plant one on Wednesday. We could plant one on Friday. And then we could plant the last one that we're going to give the most nourishment to the following week. And it would still beat them. Why? Because it would still grow faster, right? Because of the sunlight, the proper treatment is getting, the type of environment that it's in. The type of environment that it's in. Guys, you gotta, we can compare everything that we do to the things that's going on right now. What are you downloading into your system? What book is getting downloaded for the month of November? What book is gonna get downloaded for the month of December? What book is being downloaded so that you can go ahead and function properly? Because there's certain things that you can't function. You can't even function the correct way on your laptop if you don't have Microsoft Office. If you don't have Google Chrome extension, you can't do certain things unless you got certain things that's installed. So what if the book or the audio was the thing that you were missing? What if the event, what if certain things that took place that we say on a day-to-day basis that you need to grow and you need to take growth serious? What if I told you that's probably the thing that's the book that you didn't read, that's the Chrome extension. The book that you didn't read, that's the Chrome extension. The audio that you didn't listen to, that's Microsoft Office. And you know you can't even type. No, how many stuff you gonna type on a notepad? How many things you gonna type on pages on there? At some point, you got to get that curriculum. It got to be lined up the right way. Guess what? You're gonna need Microsoft Office. You're gonna need PowerPoint. You're gonna need Word. You're gonna need Word. You're gonna need Excel. You're gonna need certain things to function with your computer the correct way. So what are we downloading? And you already know, some people got PowerPoint on their they got PowerPoint on their laptop, on their computer, but guess what? They don't even use it. They don't even use it. Why download something to not use it? Why download something to not use it? Because you know what happens when you download something and you don't use it? It takes up space. It takes up space. And what happens is you need to now upgrade to make more room for more things. And I'm not even saying a good book, I'm gonna say in the Bible. You know, somebody checked me on that the other day. They said, stop saying the good book, just say the Bible. Because what is the good book? And I was like, ah, you know what? So in the Bible, it says it. And I was like, okay, I'm starting to get certain things now. I'm starting to understand the perspective now. I need to make room for my gifts. It says it in the Bible. I need to make room for my gifts. Drop a 7 if you're going to make room for your gift. Drop a 7 in the chat if you're going to make room for your gift. I'm challenging everybody, make room for your gift. Detox from bad habits. Detox from different things that don't need to enter your life. Detox from certain different people. Detox. Detoxing is not my favorite thing to do. Detaching myself from certain things that I like to eat, it's not my favorite thing to do. It's not. But I had to put myself on a certain regimen because I knew exactly where I wanted to go. This is not what I intended to go ahead and talk on, but because we started dropping gratefuls in the chat, something came to me and said, you got to go a different route right now. You got to go a different route right now. My discernment told me I had to go a different route. I had to talk about things that we're planning. I had to talk about things that we're speaking in the fourth quarter to go ahead and show up in the first quarter. What if I told you all you got to do is speak it? What if I told you all you got to do is write it on your Instagram? What if I told you you just got to remind people around you the type of person you are? I'm not the same person that I used to be. And people know that. People that I went to high school with, people that I went to middle school with, they know I'm not the same person. People that I went to college with, they know I'm not the same person. You're getting an upgraded version. You're getting the best version right now. I'm way better than I was last year. It's just understanding the perspective, guys. But check this out. I want to get into it because I want to let you know, because this leads up to how I built my brand. How did I build myself to where I needed to be? And I'm not talking about just building your brand just on social media. I'm talking about building your brand, being you, being your authentic self, and exploiting things that you're really good at, right? How did I build my brand? And let me tell you something right now. When you're building your brand, sometimes you got to build it ugly. Sometimes you got to build it when you don't got all the answers, when you don't got everything lined up. Yeah, you don't have all the highlight covers. Yeah, guys, I was building my social media without highlight covers. I was building my social media without the correct bio, but I was doing stuff because I knew what I wanted to do. I set out a goal to go impact people. I knew what I wanted to do. So number one, guys, you have to go ahead and plan what it is that you want to get done. You have to go plan what it is that you want to get done. What do you want to do? I started looking, I looked at my followers. I said, how much do I want to grow my followers? And I started off with about maybe, I had like 1,900 followers when I first started Instagram. And I said, okay, let's go from 1,900 to 3,000. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the first thing you guys need to be doing. It's the little things. I'm telling you how I grew in this space, how I grew in the entrepreneur world. How I started using social media. When I first started using social media, my page was on private. I didn't care about anything else. I didn't want anything else. I was like, I don't even want people in my business. Guess what? I kept saying, I don't even want people in my business. Not just my business to be nosy in my personal life, but I didn't know that the fact that I was speaking, I don't want nobody to know about my business. Guess what? Nobody gonna know about your business. Nobody gonna know about your product, your service, whatever it is that you're doing. I had to plan. What's my followers? What do I want the result to look like? What do I want the process to look like? How many subscribers do I got? I got to be intentional. Be intentional. Where do I want to travel to? I wanted to go to, I said I wanted to travel to AZ. I said I wanted to travel to Dallas. I said I wanted to travel to Houston. I said I wanted to travel to Miami. I wanted to travel to all these places. And guess what? All of them start getting checked off the list. And I had never been to these places if it wasn't for the space that I was in, if it wasn't for the form of entrepreneurship that I was doing. Right? I forget the name of the book. You know, when the name comes to my mind, I'll let you guys know. But it's something. It was this book I was reading, and it said you need to arrive in your mind first before you actually get there physically. You need to arrive there in your mind first before you actually get there physically. So over and over, I'm like, why am I having these visions about what? Because I'm arriving where I want to be before I actually physically get there. I have to arrive there. What does it look like for you in the next year? And you need to write down, what does it look like for the next year? What type of income do you want to earn in the next 12 months? What type of income do you want to earn in the next 2 months? How many people do you want to impact in the next 12 months? How many people do I want to impact in the next 3 months? Where do I want my faith to be at? Where do I want my personal development to be at in the next 2 to 3 months? In the next 4 or 5 years? You got to start lining these things up, and you got to start writing these things down. And these were things that I was thinking about when I was doing what I was doing in entrepreneurship. I said, look, if I'm making at least $1,000 a month in what it is that I'm doing in my first year, that's a win. That's a win. I know you guys see that reel and they say, yo, a win is a win, baby. A win is a win. I was like, if I'm making at least $1,000, I said, the goal is to make, you know, obviously I want to make 10K. That was the goal. I want to go make 10K. I want to go touch that. I want to go taste it. Right. And I see somebody on Instagram, I won't drop the name, but I see somebody on Instagram and it was like, man, when you get wealthy, you got to start like practicing what you're going to do. And I was already talking. I was like, yo, as soon as, guys, if you go on my YouTube and you look on Day One London, right? If you look on my YouTube, it was a vlog that happened in London, right? That was about like 2 years ago. And I was talking about when I'm ordering an Uber, I'm going to be ordering the big body. Why? Because I know I'm going to have people with me. And I was like, yo, can I get the big body? And you can literally go on my YouTube and actually see that. Like everything that I was speaking, everything that I was saying, I look at my archive stories a lot and I see it. I'm like, Dad, I've been speaking this. I look at my Twitter and I'm like, yo, in 2019, you said 2020 was going to be the biggest year of your life. And your income drastically changed, quadrupled your income. And I was like, it's things that I was speaking because I was so set in stone what I was going to do and how I was going to do it. How many lives I want to go ahead and impact. I already knew. Work the plan and make it happen. Go make it happen. We get one life. We're not getting no younger. Newsflash. We're not getting no younger. Right? So number one, plan, right? Even if you didn't get the context of what I was saying, just write word. I need to go plan what it is that I want to go do. What does it look like for the first year, second year, third year, fourth year? How many people I want to impact? What personal development level do I want to be at? How much knowledge do I want to be at? Do I want to be speaking different? What do I want to be wearing, et cetera, et cetera? How much income do I want to make? How many people I want to impact, et cetera? Number two is the content creation. This was the thing that catapulted me to the next level. This was the thing that catapulted me to the next level. Now, when I was coming up, I didn't have the best content. I didn't even know where to start. But guess what? The people who came before me, the people who was making 50 bands a month, the people who was making 7 figures, multiple 6 figures, I was like, you know what? Let me just listen to what they're saying. Like social media is not my thing. I'm saying social media was not my thing. I was like, you know what? Let me just do what I'm doing. So I started doing my thing. Guess what? Went to a convention. I'm like, yo, can you judge my social media? Like, what do I need to get better at? This is not good. This is not good. And this is not good. I'm like, what should I be doing more? And you need to be doing more of this, and that. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, that, like, so I started really figuring out. I'm like, yo, okay, my Instagram is cjaw_get-it-done. Okay. I don't even remember why I picked that name. But then I started to think back and I was like, yo, I do know why. I was like, yo, I get things done. I get it done. But then one thing went to another. As I started saying, get it done, get it done, get it done. You know, I get it done. I go do this. I started getting things done, right? Then I started tapping more into the spiritual side. I started speaking what it is that I want. I started speaking my affirmations. I started listening to my worship music. I started really saying big faith. I started really saying overflow. I started saying, speaking all these things over my life and into existence that when people saw me, it was like, yo, what's going on, big faith? Not even knowing, unconsciously, I was building a brand. Now when people called me, they didn't call me C John. They was like, yo, what's going on, Mr. Big Faith? And I'm like, I didn't even, like, how did we get to that? How did we get to that? Unintentional, but intentional about the impact that I wanted to make. So I guess that was the circumstances for it. Content creation, right? So I need to film everything. I need to document everything. Guys, I got YouTube videos. If you scroll all the way down, you will see it says 4 years ago, I was a rookie. I didn't know what I was doing, but guess what? They say, yo, you need to do a YouTube video and you need to be doing this, and it needs to be uploaded today or tomorrow. And I'm like, I barely know how to use YouTube. You telling me to upload something, bro? I barely know how to use it. Tell your story, It's late. They sent I was in a focus group. I was blessed and grateful enough to be selected in a focus group. The focus group was for people who was very, very serious. It was only about 19 people in the group. And I was one of them. I wasn't even qualified to get in the group. Gustavo made an excuse to get me in the group. He made an excuse to get me in the group. So I'm in the group and they're like, yeah, everybody's posting all their videos up. And they're like, yeah, if you don't post your video by 12 o'clock, if you don't post it at 12 o'clock, like midnight, you're done, clipped. And I'm like, I don't even know how it feels to be disqualified for something. So like, I just went right outside and I put my camera up and I literally just started talking about my story. And I posted it. And I was like, yo, show me love, subscribe to my joint. Mind you, I had like 3 subscribers on my YouTube. Like, yo, show me love, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, I got you, bro. The content creation. And it was like, yo, you need to create content. You need to create content. And I was just like, dang, son. I ain't even at that point in time, I really cared about certain things. So I ain't even really care about, I really cared about like how I looked. I really cared about what I was wearing. I was like, nah, the lighting's not really good. But now I just don't even care because I'm doing it now to show people right now that like, yo, this ain't even a finished product, baby. This is not even it. We just getting started. So now 5 years later, 5 years from now, we're going to talk about how I used to look. I don't care about that. I'm not worried about what I look like right now. I don't care. As soon as you start to get over, I don't care about what people think. And you know that you're documenting it for you right now. So people could look back and say, yo, bro was doing XYZ back in the day. Bro was doing XYZ. I'm here to document. I'm here so when I do get to the $1 million level, people say, yo, how'd you get to, go all the way back to my YouTube, go scroll all the way down to my Instagram and you'll see it, bro. Go read the captions. That's how I did it. I could give you it right now, but I just want to give you And I'm not even like telling you to take the easy way out so I don't have to answer your question. But what you could do right now, even I tell people now, they're like, yo, how did you get to multiple six figures? Because I did over $250,000. So how did you do that? I'm like, yo, go back down, scroll all the way down to 2019. You'll see how I did it. Go on my Instagram, go to 2019, read the captions, and you could tell by the hashtags, I already knew where I was going. I already knew where I was going. Guys, you need to see, yo, right now, I'm gonna just keep it a stack with y'all. Right now is November 15th. Can you do 50 to 100 videos to leave behind and say, yo, I did that in 2022. I did that in 2022. How many videos can you create till the end of the year? You weren't about making an X amount of money. You need to worry about how much memories I'm going to leave behind. How much documentation can I leave so they could see how I made my transition? It's going to be the content creation. Don't think about the content creation to go get people to buy what you have. Oh, you know, buy my smoothie or buy my tea or buy my service or buy this or buy that, buy my t-shirt from my t-shirt company, whatever it might be. Don't worry about that. Just document the videos, do the stuff, get busy, and push the content out. Third thing, this is another thing that I did to help me go get busy in entrepreneurship. To help me go get busy in entrepreneurship, the third thing was I was giving away my best advice and my best gems for free. I would go to conventions. I would do lock-ins. Guys, I would go to people's communities, right? I would go fly out on my money. They'd be like, yo, can you come out? Can you speak? We got an Airbnb. We want you to speak at this Airbnb, this lock-in. You know, we got some of my top superstars, you know, and we really want you to teach on this. Fly out on my own dime, literally get my own hotel or Airbnb, give them value, buy my own food, and go home after that. It was nothing in it for me. They didn't pay for my hotel. They didn't pay for my Airbnb. They ain't even pay for my food. But guess what? I flew out on my own dime and I said, I got to go serve. My mission is to serve. Flew out to Miami, flew out to Texas, flew out to Houston, flew out to Arizona, and went and gave value. And I was giving away my best gems. I was like, look, I don't even really give this out. I give this out to my community. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give y'all it. And I was giving away everything for free. I was going on IG Live. I was giving it away for free. And I was like, you know what? The biggest thing that I learned about video content is that video content lives forever. Video content lives forever, right? I see who I see on here. I see Angela. I see my boy Tim on here. Guys, if you drop a video today, people are going to see that years from now because the video you dropped today. That's how serious content is. You could do it when it look ugly. You don't have to get it perfect, right? Shout out to Tim. I saw your video today and I was like, yo, do more of this. I sent your video to Low. I was like, yo, he getting it. Like now he's doing the education / entertainment now. Whew. He's giving it away for free now. Now he's making people think. He's throwing a menu on there by throwing a poll out. My biggest hook, and people on here see people, I'm on IG Live too. My biggest hook is to throw a poll on something, to throw a menu to see what it is that they want. Because I know for anybody who takes their significant out on a date, the first thing they don't do is they don't know what they want to eat. What you want, shrimp, or I mean, what you want to eat? I don't know. If I don't know was a place that they can eat at, that's where we're going to go eat. Like it needs to be a restaurant called I don't know. What you want to eat? Yo, let's go to I don't know. Since you never know. But now I give them a menu. I give them a menu and I run a poll. Do you like this or do you like that? Do you like this or do you like that? This, that. And I don't put negative answers on it. I don't put yes or no. Because everybody always want to put no. because everybody's programmed to press no. Everybody's programmed to press something negative. So if I put 3 positive things, you got to choose one of the 3 positive things. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Right? I'm giving away my best stuff. That's number 3. Right? Number 3. And what I want you to do is check this out. Everything can be an idea. Everything could be an idea. Everything could be a piece of content. Check this out. I could do a video, right? I could do a video for those who have Zoom, for those who have Instagram Live. What you could do is you could take the long form video and then you can chop it up. Tell me again how you said you don't have content. Tell me again. Tell me again how you say you can't give away your bars and everything for free. Tell me again how you said you can't give that away. Tell me again how you said you can't put something on TikTok and then you could go to a certain app, take off the watermark and literally go ahead and post it on Instagram and literally post that same thing on Facebook. And now you have different pieces of content going different places. You have a different audience, different places. Like, what do we need to really do? Like, what do we need to really do? We talking about, oh, you know, I want to get my product, or I want to get my service in front of people. How many people can you get it in front of, baby? Like, now I'm not even talking to you as I don't even want to talk to you guys as a mentor or the person who knows everything. I want to talk to you like, yo, baby, like, yo, me and you sitting. It's just me and you. Don't worry about nobody else who's a participant on the call. It's me and you having this conversation. Whoever's on this call and is locked in, it's me and you in this conversation. Yo, how we gonna get our content out? How many? All right, first let's put how many platforms are there and what pieces of content can we put on each platform? And let's do that. Now, if you don't do that, don't tell me what you want. Don't do that. Because now you're confusing yourself. Because you told me you wanted to go get busy, and I'm telling you what I did. Whatever I put it on Instagram, I was putting it on Snapchat. Whatever I was putting on Snapchat or Instagram, I'll figure out how to put it on Twitter. Whatever could go from Instagram, I would see if I could put it on YouTube. I was getting the content out, fam. I was getting it out. I was chopping it up. I was getting busy. Right? Number 4, value creation. Value creation. Number 4. I'm about to wrap you guys up. I didn't intend this training was supposed to be a lot more shorter, but I had to touch on what I had to touch on in the beginning just because my discernment told me to do that. Value creation. Post your value and just keep putting it out. You're going to get good. You just got to keep pushing it out. Shout out to BT. Shout out to Sherrills. They didn't know what they was doing with certain platforms. And it was just, I remember BT saying, yo, like, social media really just not my thing. What? He's going viral. How a person told me this not really their thing and going viral? Like, because he shifted his paradigm, look what God revealed to him and was like, what are you talking about, my child? What are you talking about? I just got your stuff in front of 60,000 people. You told me your vision. You wrote it down. You saying the affirmation. So that's why I'm getting your stuff out to 40,000 people. That's why I'm getting your stuff out to 50,000 people. And that's why he keep going viral. He threw a reel, any video form, it goes viral. Why? Because he's vibrating at a certain level. His spirit is moving different. He feeding his spirit. He writing it down. He know exactly where he want to go. He's asking the right questions. He's doing the work. He's probably thinking about his vision all the time. It's locked in. He's doing it with the right intentions. And guess what? Guys, like, some of y'all think that he's going viral because of the algorithm. And really, he's going viral because he been wrote it down. He said how many people he wanted to go ahead and impact. Shout out my boy Low. My boy Low, his video going stupid too. His joint going viral all the time. Why? Because I already know Low wants to impact thousands of lives, not hundreds, thousands. So guess what? If he keep writing it down, God see he's consistent. God see that he's doing what he's doing. God like, yo, I'm gonna put your stuff out. I'm gonna go ahead and put yourself, I'm gonna go ahead and get your joint to reach this many people because you kept writing it down. And some people, they worrying about why they not going viral. And the reason why your video don't go viral is because you're not writing down and you're not speaking what you want. So you just think that it's just an algorithm, and it's not just an algorithm, because who created the algorithm? If you could drop it in the chat, who created the algorithm? Who? Don't say Mark Zuckerberg either, please. Who created the algorithm? Drop it in the chat. Who created it? Exactly. God. He created the algorithm. How did the name algorithm even come about? It was him. What if I told you all you got to do is be consistent and just keep posting? What if I told you that? What if I told you the newest person could go outperform everybody because guess what? They wrote down what it is that they want. They were being intentional. They were following instruction. They said they was going to be the most consistent person till the end of the year. And then boom, what God did was he pushed your stuff out in front of different people. I remember, shout out Berica. I was like, yo, like, I remember her, like, I'm gonna be honest. I remember her Instagram Reels was not getting that much reach, and I'm just keeping it 1000%. Guess what? She had a conversation with Chaz. I don't know what happened. They did something, and then she did something, and then 200,000 views later, she went viral. But guess what? Erica consistent. She know how many people she wanted to go ahead and impact. Right? Chaz made the ebook. Boom! People started following the ebook. People started going viral. Who put the thought in her? Who put the thought in her head to make the ebook? It must have been somebody who God was working through to tell her to go create the ebook, to her getting the idea, to her picturing it in her head on how it looks, using things to go ahead and create it, pushed it out, said, God, I want to go ahead and, do an ebook, because I want to go ahead and package up my value inside an ebook. That way, I can go ahead and, use those funds to go travel and go impact more people. What? It's crazy. I did tell her to do. I was like, yo, you should make an ebook. Like, yeah, I don't know. And I was like, why are you saying you don't know? Just go write the ebook. You're talented. Go do the thing. You got it. Next thing you know, Erica getting 10K views like it's nothing on just 5. And I don't even think she's thinking too much about it no more. I think she's just like, okay, let me get this. Let me find this sound. Let me get this cover. Yeah, let me just go push it out. Tag some of my good people so they can show me some love. And then boom, reach. It's reaching multiple people. It's reaching multiple people. Why is it reaching multiple people? Because she wrote it down. She said she want to impact certain people. Now, guess what? Now that you're getting your stuff in front of certain people, now we got to go do some other things. But check this out, value creation. I want to stay on the topic. Figure out how you can go bring value to somebody. Figure out how you could go show love, right? Figure out how you could go ahead and do something, right, to give your value away. The best way to give your value away is probably Instagram. And even if it's not that many people on the Instagram live, so what? So what? I've been on Instagram lives where we had hundreds of people, and I've been on Instagram lives where it was 3 people, 4, 5. I don't care. I'm documenting whoever wants to see me be in action now. At least I know that you were the one that were watching. So when I do get to that certain level, I can acknowledge you and say, yeah, I remember you was supporting, like, you're the only one who stood on and saw my value. And now you see what's going on. Because guess what? When we touch M's, everybody going to be on my IG live. What are you talking about? And I'm talking like this because I know exactly where I'm going. Trust me. You got to move like that too. When you know exactly where you're going and you move with a certain posture, and you know that, yo, I've been in my Bible. Yo, I've been practicing. Yo, I've been worshiping. I've been journaling. I've been documenting things. I've been getting myself organized. What we talking about? Like, I already been telling people, I told multiple people, I said 20, and I even told you guys earlier. I told you guys on Morning Elevation on Monday. I said, yo, 2023 is going to be some of the biggest income that you guys ever make, because you involved with our community, because you involved with our network. And I promise you that. I'm telling you, we're just getting started, 1000%. Just getting started. Yo, BT, keep speaking that. You don't even know how it's going to come. You don't even know how it's going to be packaged. It might be a student that you get connected to the community that say, yo, you know what? I do something a little bit outside of this, and that right there makes you 100K. And then you do 100K with what you're doing now. And then you do 100K with something else you was doing. And then you do it, and now you got 5 different streams of income that's doing 500K. Doesn't say that just because he said 500K doesn't mean that it has to come from one source of income. Now, what are we talking about? Let's get busy. Last one, right? And this is the final one, because I'm gonna package this one out and we're done. Last 2-3 minutes, we're done. Right? Show up to every event. Show up to every event that matters to you, and that you know that you probably shouldn't miss for a whole year. Show up to events. Show up to every event that matters for a whole year. You just don't, I don't want you to look at it from like an income standpoint. I want you to look at it from a growth standpoint. Who am I networking with? Right? Let's grow. Let's get busy. Let's grow my network. If you don't go to events, you're never gonna grow your network, because you're not gonna meet nobody new. Because if you only know people in our community, and our community is going to the event, and we're meeting new people, then who are you meeting to grow your community? Because you are who you know. Some people only get jobs based on the who you know game. So how you gonna tell me network don't matter? I've gotten 4 jobs because of the person who I knew. I was working at the sports facility where I was working with prestigious people's athletes' kids. I was working at a radio station because I knew somebody who got me plugged in. I was doing marketing at the NBA D League because my mentor, who was mentoring me for photography and videography, his wife worked in the finance department, and they got me in. I went to go meet the vice president. They didn't even ask for my resume. What are we talking about? He said, when can you start? Go to events. Guess what? If you're not the one speaking, you got to ask questions. Hey, it'd be cool if I could go ahead and speak at your event next time. Or it'd be cool if I could go ahead and sponsor your event sometime. Or it'd be cool if I could go ahead and set up a table and be a vendor if possible. Or it'd be cool if I could go ahead and volunteer and really just learn from you guys. I'll do it for free. It's so many things that you could do when you're networking, but we can't think about income when we talk about networking. You connect first, and then you match them on how we can go ahead and earn income. Notice how I said earn, not make. Because you got to earn income. If your energy right, you ain't earn it. Nobody's giving money to somebody whose energy is not right. It's not happening. Doors close very often when your energy is not right. Doors close often when your energy is not right. Doors close often when you hating. Doors close often when you mad at somebody. Doors close often when you still haven't apologized for something that happened years ago. When you still haven't let something go that happened years ago. Doors stay closed. You might be turning the lock, but you might be turning the knob, but there's a lock on it. There's a chain on it. So every time you move it, spiritually, there's a chain on it, and that's why the door won't open, because you put the chain there with the type of energy that you was moving with. That spirit that you was moving with, it didn't sit right with God Almighty. It didn't sit right. So it was like, what are you doing? Like, I control the door. The doorman is God, if you didn't know that. So that's why I'm constantly always saying thank you. That's why I'm always saying I'm grateful. That's why I'm always being grateful all the time. I see every single time I'm looking to be grateful. Guys, sometimes it's not even my fault about certain things, and I still say, I'm sorry. Thank you. My bad. Somebody intentionally bumped me, I could never be mad. Yeah, the way I used to think, it was on sight if somebody bumped me. What? How did you even bump into me, bro? But now my mindset is different because it's not worth it. There's people out here making wrong decisions with guns. There's people making wrong decisions with weapons. And I'm like, why would I bump into somebody when this is literally my brother, regardless of the color? Regardless if they hate me, regardless if they move something different. Why would I do that? Why? Somebody bump into me intentionally, I'm like, damn, bro, you all right, bro? I hope you're safe, bro. Hope you're good. Like, how can you even come at me if I'm showing you gratitude when you intentionally did something? Stepped on my shoes, all white uptowns, y'all know how New York people feel when you step on our Timbs. Stepped on my Timbs, I'm like, damn, bro, sheesh. And I love you, but if you gonna step on the shoe, you might as well step on the whole boot, bro. Don't scuff the side of it, scuff the whole thing, bro. You might as well scuff the whole thing. My mindset just moves different. I want to show gratitude to people. I'm really grateful for people. I'm really grateful for the connections that I have. I'm really grateful for the people that I've met in this community, this network. I'm really grateful for the times that I've been able to speak on stage. I envision that stuff over and over. I'm grateful for the investments that I put in, that the outcome came out good. I'm grateful for the trades that I put in. I'm grateful for the store I was able to build in e-commerce. I'm grateful for all those things. I'm grateful for the airplane rides that I landed safe every single time. I did over 100 flights, in the last year and a half. And I'm like, yo, like, I'm grateful that each plane landed safely. Like, I never took nothing for granted. Even when I forget to pray, even we're already in the sky, I'm like, God, I apologize for not praying before we took off. But yo, just get me there safe, because I don't want nobody to feel no pain with me missing. You know what I mean? Like, literally, I can't make this up, guys. Like, that's the key right there. And I could continue to keep going, guys, but I'm not gonna keep going. But I'm just letting y'all know how I got to my journey. I documented these things. I showed love. Like, love is really in my heart, man. Like, and when you start moving with that love and you stop thinking about how much money you're gonna make and the income, and you just do the stuff that's necessary, and you just like, okay, cool. You write out your bills, and you know that you can't go over your budget of certain things, and you're doing it the right way, and you stewarding your money the correct way. I'm telling you, things gonna happen in your favor. But how many thoughts can I have? How many gratefuls can I have that's gonna add up to the prize that I want? The only way it's going to work for you is if your heart is pure. The only way it's going to work for you is if your intentions is pure. Stop being so serious about it. Have some fun. Have joy in your heart. Have fun doing content. Have fun documenting things. Yeah, you looked crazy that time you posted that, but oh well, you still kept getting busy. You still documenting it. But how many videos can you pop out? How much pieces of content can you pop out? 50 to 100 pieces of content before the year is out? And if not, how close can you at least get? Because nobody knows you. Nobody knows you until you start putting out content. I had 1,900 followers. Nobody had a reason to go ahead and follow me, but guess what? I start following instructions with the content. I start posting things. I start posting a video here and there. I start doing it. Guess what? People started following me. I'm like, oh, snap, I got 5 new followers. Oh, I got 10 new followers. Oh, I got this. Oh, I got that. I'm like, yo. Man. And as I look at my journey, guys, I think back and I look at what God did for me and what he's continuing to do for me. And I'm telling you right now, sometimes I get emotional. Sometimes I can really just cry. Like this morning, I was really crying while I was worshiping. And I was like, Dad, like, he done got me out of situations I didn't even think I could get out of. I didn't even think I could get out of this situation. And he pulled me out. I'm like, man, like, he didn't even have to do that. He could have just let me suffer and then I would have just got stronger. But he said, enough is enough. I'm gonna pull you out of that. I'm gonna get you right. And I look and I'm just like, man, like, instead of me worrying about why they can't be more grateful people in the world, I focus on me being grateful and me spreading the light to other people so they could feel what I'm doing right now. And eventually they could do what I'm doing right now. And they just spread love. Not everybody gonna do it, but it's okay. But other than that, guys, I'm not gonna keep you all night. Y'all get some rest. I'll see y'all in the morning. I believe who else? Oh, Mav is going. Mav is cooking up tonight, right? He cooking up tonight to go ahead and get you guys right for tomorrow.